Hi guys, welcome back to my experimental corner, and it's another battle of the pizzas. And with that, it's not the way that I cook them that's being put to the test. It's the four different flavours. So I've got four different pizzas here. I've got a four cheese. I've got a pepperoni one. So in the last one, you'll know what I think of those. So I did one in the microwave, one in the oven, and one in the air fryer. I've got barbecue chicken and I've got sausage and cheese melt. Now, I'm going to taste them all in a particular order because I've written them all down. I've labelled each one so I know what I'm heading up towards. And again, because as you know what goes on with this sort of stuff, I'll taste each pizza and I will then give you my verdict at the end as to which one I think's the best. I've also got some extra information I'd like to share with some of these as well. And all of the pizzas that I feature in this video have been cooked in the oven for 30 minutes at 200 degrees Celsius. And with that being said, let's start on the control pizza, which is the four cheese. Yeah, you can see the amount of grease that's emanated off that, but this is what it looks like. Now, with the cheeses, because you're probably wondering what on earth is in what cheeses are on a four cheese pizza, but I will tell you now that it's 15% mozzarella, 4.5% cheddar, 2.5% Monterey Jack, and 1% Emmental. And with those, it is a part Italian, part English, part American, and part Swiss pizza. If you put it like that, this is probably an international standard pizza. But if it had its own family tree, or if it did its DNA, it would be part Italian, part English, part American, part Swiss. Mm. Also with the stats is that it's 15% mozzarella, 4.5% mature cheddar, 2.5% Monterey Jack, and 1% Emmental. That's a nice pizza. That is a really nice pizza. Oh wow. One moment. It wouldn't be a taste test if I didn't add any of my trustworthy sauces on it. So this time I've opted for chili and garlic. So I'm going to spice things up a bit. So let's try it on the pizza. Normally you wouldn't cut a pizza, but you do with these. Because otherwise it's just going to make a mess everywhere. Mm. Wow, hang on a moment. My drink's fizzed over. Not the first time a can's fizzed over for me. certainly not the first time either that I had to drink after something chilly. Wow, it's quite a nice sauce, but it's also quite spicy as well. Mm, that's a nice pizza. Right, let's switch to number two, which I put as pepperoni. Try not to choke on the sauce. But as you can tell from the last video I did of these, that's the grease that's off the pepperoni. At least I can put it on the plate now so I don't get oil all over my table. But you can see the oil that emanates off that, and I suspect that it's to do with the pepperoni, because it's quite an oily sausage from Italy. Right. I think it might be Spanish actually. Can someone let me know in the comments if I've got the... One moment. Alexa, where does pepperoni come from?
Pepperoni's an interesting one. It's actually an American creation from the early 20th century, based on spicy salamis from southern Italy. So while it's got Italian roots, it's really a classic example of immigrant innovation. Italian Americans in New York City around 1919 adapted traditional recipes to create what we know today.
Well, that's interesting to learn. So, with that, it's an American meat, but it's got some Italian influences in it. That's interesting to learn. That, by the way, is really nice. Now, I think I might have overdone it with the chili sauce. My mouth is going to be on fire. Even more so with pepperoni. Mm. That is really tasty. I do like these pizzas. Now these are both, put that back on the other plate. They so far, the pizza flavour so far, the pizza toppings so far, have been relatively normal because you'd expect a cheesy pizza or you'd expect to have pepperoni on it. But what happens if you put barbecue chicken on it? Well, for one thing, you'll get a cry of a non-approval by the Livefield boys because they'll tell you chicken doesn't go on a pizza. But we will soon find out what I think of it. This is what a barbecue chicken pizza looks like. And let's see what I think of it. I wonder actually if it's all mozzarella on these pizzas. That is really tasty. really enjoying that. Mm, got a bit of pizza stuck in my tooth. Mm. Eat a bit of chili and garlic sauce on its own. And now let's put some on my barbecue chicken pizza. It's almost like, looks like I've taken half of it off. I wonder what sauce they used on that. Most likely it'd be a barbecue sauce. Whoops. Mm. Got to admit, my mouth will first. I've got to admit that so far, well, apart from the fact that I've gone increasingly overboard with the chili and garlic sauce, but it's been quite an impasse for me as to which pizza I'd go for because they all taste just as good. Although I probably would give the leading edge to the pepperoni at the moment, but doesn't hurt trying out new pizza toppings. Gone for pepperoni so far, and there's still one left to go. And it will be the sausage and cheese melt. I mean, before I even tuck into this pizza, I just want to show you what it looks like. I mean, that's what you call a pizza. Definitely looks like something that you'd associate with a sausage. Don't want to get my hopes up too much, otherwise I'll be feeling like a silly sausage. If you get what I did there. Oh wow. Mmm. I've got my winner. Wow. Um, that, wow. Something else stuck in my tooth. I think I might have to take another bit off this one because if I can get into it. Oh gosh, this is hard to cut. That's what a cross section of the pizza looks like. This is the sausage and cheese melt. Now, this might be a relatively new flavour for many people. It might be a relatively regular flavour for many people, but for me, this is brand new because I've never had this before. Mm. Oh my goodness, this is hard to cut. But this is what will happen to the pizza when you put a sauce on it. Again, I think I've put an increasing amount of sauce on it because my mouth is on fire. Well, if I hope you enjoyed what you saw of this. My winner is the sausage and cheese melt, hands down. That is a really nice flavour, and I absolutely enjoyed it. But if you do ever, I'm going to say this again, if you ever decide to replicate this, please let me know in the comments what you would say is your favourite of the four. And I'll be interested to see how this all comes about and what you would think is the best. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, comment, share and subscribe. Thank you for watching and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.